Okay, so setting it up. Setting up a Memcache server is dead easy. You can install it on Linux, Mac, Windows, and basically you decide which of your servers or server is going to be your Memcache server. And I usually install it through Yum or apt-get or whatever you use. It'll be available on whichever flavour of Linux you use. It'll be available for you. Install it and then just run it as a command. And there's a command here: memcached -d -n 2048, which is the amount of memory that you want to use. So if you've got, in this case, you've got 2048, I think that's 2 gig. Yeah, and if you've got 2 gig spare, you just assign it. If you've only got 1 gig spare, reduce that number down. And you've got an IP address to listen on and a port as well. You can obviously run those as daemons so that they run in the background, and if your server gets rebooted, it can start up and stop again. But that's it. Once you've got that set up, you can then telnet into it via the command line to test whether it actually works. So you just telnet into that IP address, that port, and then you can go and get the data. You can set data, delete data. You can test it all works from that point of view. Once you're at that stage, then it's just a case of actually using it. So you configure your code. So I've got here a line that says new Memcache, which is just an inbuilt PHP function. You run a connect on it, and then if you've got multiple servers, you add servers, and it's that easy. So code example number 1. Can anybody see that? Do you want to write on the board?
Projector, don't we?
Yeah. Do you want to write on the board?
Yeah, you might as well.
Which one?
Any one of those, yeah.
When you're setting up a Memcache server, I mean, I can totally accept that it would be dedicated to start with on most boxes because of the resources it needs. But is there ever a case, like, I know when you're learning it, you set it up on like a normal Linux box?
Yeah.
Just to get used to it.
Yeah. Set it up on anything. At Wapple we've got servers set up for Memcache, but it's only using 4 gig of the 12 gig RAM available to that machine. So the other 8 gig is.
So you don't have a dedicated Memcache server?
You probably would if you were using it a lot. But
if you were Facebook, you would.
If you're Facebook, you have.
I'm thinking like just in terms of if we've got a couple of sites which I've got in mind, and they're running, and they've already got their own dedicated hardware box, it could be as simple as reserving some RAM on that box and putting Memcache on it.
Yep.
And especially one that sits in the cloud. Then awesome.
Yeah.
Give me loads of ideas.
I'll come on to that one in a little bit because. A big thing on this is kind of monitoring how it's performing. So if you assign 2 gig to it and you're only using 5%, well, obviously you've got too much assigned to it, so you reduce that down and only use what you need. Okay, so the code example. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll kind of summarise it. So, alright, so we can create a key. And then I'll just write connect on there, because that's just in case of creating a Memcache object. So we'll have Memcache equals.
This isn't 5.3, is it?
No, this is. I think it's.
Just after today.
I don't know. It's 5 plus. And if you're on 5, then it'll be fine. I hope you're all on 5.
Yeah, we are. Just about.
Okay, so then what you do, you'll do something like. Oh, no. That one. So you do something like that. So you do a get on the key. So you're requesting the data that's in that key. I'm going to do something like I'm going to assign it to something. Okay, so if you haven't got the row, so you can't get it from Memcache, what we're going to do is get it from the database. So at that point you'll have a row from a usual sort of stuff, MySQL, fetch a sock, whatever you want to do. And then before you exit out, you do
so set that to Memcache.
Imagine that model. Imagine fine.
Hey. You just wait. You just wait. Okay, so that's
This is awesome.
as simple as it gets. You get it, and if it's not there, you set it. So the next time somebody comes in, you might be in the same script. Comes in again, and it just goes get. I mean, you might, if it's in a function, you can put a return after there as well, so you don't actually, or return. So you return right, so you don't even do that. So you can bypass massive swathes of code that you don't need to do. You might have a row, it might be one row, but it might bring back 50 rows. So if you assign all those, if you collate it all and set the whole thing into Memcache, you then don't need to iterate over 50 rows, you just go and grab it. You might need to do your iteration somewhere else, but you've already got the data. And that's as simple as that.